This week on the Spotlight, we talked to Adam Dunn, slugger from the White Sox, and we talked to the manager, Robin Ventura, again. He's on an even keel all the time. We congratulate some champions. The LA Kings in hockey, the San Antonio Spurs in basketball, and condolences to the family of Tony Gwynn, who died too early at the age of 54. Great Hall of Famer would say, don't chew tobacco. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Calabria Imports. That's where I go for Italian food, deli food. Mention this TV ad and get 10% off. Catering and sandwiches. It's at 1905 West 103rd Street. They have great stuff, and you should get it at Calabria Imports. Wax on, wax off. Great salon and spa. Haircuts for men, women, head to toe, nails. 312-226-1473. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. The T-Wax Company does real estate investments. They want you to buy Chicagoland properties, providing profit opportunities since 1985. Call my friend Mr. Thomas at 773-456-3057. Make some money. Call 773-456-3057. Mr. C's Midway Bar. Open till 2 a.m. every day. Best Bloody Marys. For 65 years, they've had great neighborhood prices. Easy to reach at 4654 West 63rd Street, right over by Cicero Avenue. I've been there. You'll like it. Mr. C's Midway Bar. Lisa Davis Insurance and Tax Services at 107th and Western specializes in rollovers, tax recovery, tax resolution. They have insurance, auto, home, life, and business. You can call them at 773-873-8977. Lisa Davis for all your financial services. Amelia's Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner daily at 46th and Halsted. Le Mode Cerdo, Portrero and Mar, Ceviche al Limon, Salmon al Carbone. New cocktail menu, margaritas, martinis, and sangria. Great stuff at Amelia's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted. You'll be glad you went. We're back in the Spotlight, and it's time to talk White Sox. Let's talk some hitting. One of the guys we haven't really touched base with this year, but are about to in seconds, is Adam Dunn. It's kind of funny. He was getting dressed and getting ready for the game, and then all of a sudden there was seemingly 42 reporters at his locker, and he does a funny little jump back, and you may see that as we start up. But he had plenty to say.
Surprise! Adam, we're past the 60-game mark when a lot of baseball people say they know what you have with the team. Do you guys know what you have, and how would you assess the first 60 games and where you are in the division?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to be, pleasantly surprised that we're, where we're at right now with all the injuries we had early, and a lot of key injuries, obviously. But this team is now what it is, what we got. So, I think the injury excuse is, no longer, obviously, and we got everybody back healthy, and so this, next however many games, 90, 100, whatever it is, left, should be fun.
Big series against Detroit. They are the first place team. Does it make a difference when you face them when it's a first place team?
No, I don't think that. I think a lot of emphasis obviously gets put on it, but again, it really is just another series. Especially kind of this juncture, of the season. So, obviously you want to go out and play well after, for no other reason other than how we played, our last 3 games.
You starting to wonder where that hot weather is in Chicago when the ball jumps out of this ballpark?
Yeah, I've been wondering that for about 3.5 years now, so here well, but it is what it is. Everybody's got to play in it, so it'll be hot soon enough.
Can you elaborate a little bit about playing the Tigers? It's a team that's been strong for a while. Some big name players. I don't know if there's a feeling in the room of extra importance, but I noticed what's usually a card game over there was Cooper and the catchers going over numbers. So I don't know. Is there extra attention given to this series?
Actually, you weren't here early enough because our remote control cars. That's no, seriously. Yeah. So that was the most important thing today, was getting those charged up and kind of getting the wheels balanced and things like that. So
Everyone's still loose.
yeah, I mean, is this a win or go home kind of deal? And we got 4 in June against them, so we got a few more games if things don't work out our way.
Who's best at remote control cars?
Huh?
Who's best at the remote control cars?
That's pretty tough. Actually, it's easy, me. But probably Sale's a close second. Flo's, I don't know, Flo's pretty good too. Dank stinks.
Adam, you haven't been able to get on a streak, and you're 4 games behind. You're playing 4 games against them. Would this be the time to get on a hot streak?
Obviously, anytime you can get on a hot streak would be awesome. But again, I think people are trying to make this into something that it's not, and that's kind of a must-win series. I mean, the only reason you obviously we're home. We've been playing pretty good at home. We want to keep that up, and obviously the series in Anaheim we didn't play too good. So I don't care if we're playing the Tigers or the I don't know, some little league team. It doesn't matter because we didn't play good for 3 straight games, but now we're home, and hopefully we turn it around.
Adam Purcell was 3-0 with a 1.64 ERA here last year.
We lost 99 games last year.
Well, but he did very well here specifically, as opposed to Detroit against you guys. How do you approach him and how do you solve them?
Again, it's depending on our approach against him. I mean, he's obviously got a great sinker and great changeup, and great curveball, but it seems like everybody on their staff has the same thing. So hopefully we can make him work a little bit, get his pitch count up, and when he does make mistakes, make him pay.
You mentioned how happy you are to be home. After having 3 tough games like that, does it make a big difference to be able to come home and kind of reset things a little bit?
I mean, not very often you have a week on the West Coast, and definitely, it was a long week, and especially with interleague, and just it's good to get back to kind of normalcy, and hopefully that we'll come out and play well. I mean, that's the key. I don't care. Again, like I said, I don't care who you're playing or whatever. You just want to come out and play well.
Thank you.
You got it. Yep. Sure.
You've got to get to Lindy's Chili and Gertie's Ice Cream at 110th and Kedzie in Chicago. A wide-ranging menu featuring burgers, hot dogs, salads, chicken, steak, a complete kids menu, shakes, floats, soft serve, sundae, banana split, a big ice cream menu, and so much more. And of course, the great chili, with or without beans. Lindy's Chili, Gertie's Ice Cream, 110th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. You've got to get to the Cove for Benkowski Trivia, Wednesday, June 18th and July 2nd at 8 p.m. Great people, great game. Easy to reach, 1750 East 55th Street, right by the lake. So try the Cove, right there on 55th, my trivia game, and a lot of fun stuff. See you there. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. They come to you. You call them at 773-908-6081. Lowest prices, new and used. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll do your windshield, back window, or sides. They did a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly they come in and finish it up. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass.
Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th.
We're back on the spotlight. It's time to talk Robin Ventura. And he's dealt with a lot of injuries and a lot of weird stuff this year. But all in all, Sox still in contention. And I ask him a question about defense. When you're at home, can you drill more? Is it turn players off and aggravate them if you bring them to the ballpark early for defensive drills?
No, we do enough. I mean, we do a lot of work. I mean, you guys don't go on the road, so you don't see the work that we do at 2 o'clock and bring guys out and do stuff. So there's plenty of work going on. Eventually players just have to get better at doing it.
You're one of those teams on the cusp, contending or not contending, selling or buying or whatever. So it's really not all the way to September. It's like to July where you have to define yourself. So in that context, does this series mean more than, to get
Yeah, I see what you're saying, for that, just because I think the situation we were in last year was easier to define. I think with injuries and things that we've had so far this year, it's probably tougher to do that. But, for us, we're just winning games. I don't think I'm sitting here trying to define us or, eventually there will be a meeting at some point and you're going to figure out which way that's going to go. But right now, we're just trying to win Monday's game and not worry about July or any other spot in the future coming up except for 7 o'clock tonight.
Compared to last year, though, it's got to be a way better feeling for you and everybody.
Yeah, that's an easy comment. Yeah.
Is there a key to getting the offense going again? I know there was an expectation Jose Abreu comes back and maybe they start rolling again, but does he need kind of time to be kind of that?
I don't know. I mean, he can have a bad few games. I think he's allowed to do that. Do I still think he's a good hitter? Of course, and eventually that's going to happen. But I think for a lot of it, you take advantage of opportunities. You have guys on base, you knock them in. I think over the last week, we left a lot of guys, a lot of opportunities out there that early on we were seeming to cash those in, even with 2 outs. Ones that hurt the psyche of a pitcher on the other side when something falls in or you get a hit and you score that with 2 outs, and we were able to do that. Right now, it's not necessarily happening. Not that they're not hitting it, but it's either finding somebody or you're just getting out.
Is it some of it just guys seeking realistic levels of their batting averages and what they're going to be during a long season?
It could be some of that, but if you give in to all that, then that's all you're ever going to be. So again, you focus on what you're doing right now and not fall into any what other people's expectations are going to be of you. So for us, I want a guy to go to the plate and try and win that at bat and win that moment instead of thinking about anything in the future. And that's the goal. That's it for everybody, for every player. You start thinking too far in the future, you're not going to do well right now. So just focus on what you're doing at the moment, and we can accept that.
Will you let us know when it's a big series?
I would love to. I would love to. But again, you're in the beginning parts of June, and I've seen teams not do well in June and have great August and September and run away with it. So I understand. I mean, we would love to have a great series here and win all 4. That's not understated. But again, it's at this point ain't gonna make or break it.
Your team got so much younger pretty fast. Does it give you more opportunity to instruct and talk to people about things that you knew from the game, as opposed to a veteran team where you didn't feel they need those kind of words?
I think the younger guys, you're doing that a lot, and that's part of where the game's at right now. Younger guys are making it to the big leagues, and you have to be able to do a little bit of both. There is instruction. There's always been instruction, but when you have guys that are younger, that's just part of doing the job. that's not only for me, but for the coaches that are out here. We're always doing that.
How about laid-back, quiet players who don't seek you out?
I find them.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to find them.
Okay.
They can be as quiet as they want. I'll find them.
That's
Do
okay.
you subscribe to the belief that the defending champion is the team to beat until proven otherwise? In that case, Tigers still
Yeah. I mean, they haven't lost enough of their guys to not feel that way, and it's always been that way. I think unless they had a major overhaul, the only one I can think of is you look at maybe what the Marlins have done and won the World Series and then got rid of all their players. That would be different. But when you got the majority of their players back, they're the ones everybody's shooting for.
Thank you.
About that. Remember June 2 years?
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700.
And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery too.
That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar. Easy to reach, 6353 West 79th Street. On Thursdays, $1.50 Miller and Old Style. Trivia alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. They have $15 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day. Little Frank's on 79th. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie.
It was an excellent one. Melito Perez in command for most of the time he was in, but still, the Brewers had a 1-0 lead. Ozzie Guillen tripled right down the line, and then later scored on this wild pitch. It was 1-1. The key to the game was Scott Fletcher coming to the plate with the bases loaded, and he delivered this sacrifice fly, which would prove to be the game winner. Bobby Thigpen comes in to finish off the 9th inning, and the White Sox are victorious in their final opening day here at Comiskey Park. The first man I talked to in the locker room was Melito Perez. As I complimented him on his control, watch for him to be assaulted by Ivan Calderon's chicken leg. Pretty darn good.
Well, I'm working Dominican about that because 1989 I had too many problems with my control, my mechanic, and I think winner ball helped me a little bit because I'm working, on something that I want to work.
It's going to make a difference. You'll see it from game to game sometimes on plays like that, but I think it'll really show up at halfway through the year or 3/4 of the way through the year when you think back as a pitcher individually, or if you look back as a team, the highlight films, you'll see some of those plays that they're going to end up going and getting for you. So when you see a ball come off a bat pretty good and you turn around and the first thought is it's in the gap, and then you turn around and you see one of them cut it off. That's what makes you really feel good when you're out there on the mound and see that happen.
How about seeing action in the 4th decade?
VOC, right there, Pat. Victim of circumstance. A lot of guys have played 20, 24, 5 years and haven't played in 4 decades. It's just a matter of when you start. I just happen to start at the right time. If I started a year later or, 5 or 6 years earlier, that would never have happened, so.
Shooting for 5?
Ask me in August.
Can you talk about a little extra adrenaline pump, if there is such a thing, on an opening day, regardless of whether it's the last one here or anywhere?
Opening day is always pretty special. It's It's the rebirth of America's pastime after a dormant winter, and it's pretty exciting. Just like when the apple trees blossom and the cherry trees blossom, that's a time of celebration.
Pretty poetic. Thanks. And it was that double opener day. We go from Comiskey Park to Wrigley Field. Not exactly the most scenic drive, but one that had to be made. And as we prepare to talk about the Cubs, keep one thing in mind. This is the defending National League Eastern Division champion, and there will be pressures on the club. Right?
There's no pressure on us. We didn't feel any pressure last year. We picked to finish 5th. We're just going to go out and do what we can do, and if we're there at the end, we're there.
As you probably know, everybody's shooting for the team that won the division the last year. It's going to be different.
I don't think so. I think in 162 games, I don't think you can really sneak up on somebody. And anyone who thinks that we snuck up and won that last year, it's unfounded. Because a 162-game season, you don't sneak up on people.
True, but I mean, at the start of the season, people are much more aware of you than they were at the start of last year.
Well, maybe so at the start, but we didn't get off to all that great a start. I mean, we did at home, and then we went on the road, and at the end of April, we weren't in first place. I mean, we were battling with everybody else, so it's going to be interesting.
What's it going to be like to have a year under the belt for guys like Jerome and Dwight? Can they be better, or are they running the risk of that sophomore jinx we hear so much about?
That's way overblown, too. The game's the same. As long as they treat it the same, they'll have the same year.
What do you think about the prospective improvements of the Mets or the Cardinals, the teams that are expected to battle you guys?
Well, they made all those improvements last year in the middle of the year, and we still came out on top. So if people are expecting us to run and hide, they've got another thing coming.
Well, I think we caught a lot of people by surprise last year. I think we were a better team than people gave us credit for. I think this year people are aware of who Dwight Smith is, who Jerome Walton is, who Lloyd McClendon is. Where last year I don't think they did. I don't think the opposing pitchers gave them enough respect, and it cost them.
What about people knowing who Greg Maddux is? Keeps nibbling at 20 wins. The hitters a little bit different, squaring in against you these days?
Well, I think most hitters take the same approach, regardless of who's pitching. They look for their pitch to hit, and if they get it, they go for it. I don't really think that means much.
Everybody's talking about the Mets and the Cardinals as the teams that are the big challengers. Is that how you see it?
Good. let them think that way. You know, we've got a good team, and I think if we play up to our capabilities, I think good things will happen to us.
Is there one key thing this year that's a little bit different than last year? Certainly, like you said, you surprised people. You won't be able to do that this time around.
Well, I think you got to pitch if you're going to win. I don't think there's any question that our everyday lineup is good. We've got one of the better everyday lineups in the division right now, and our pitching, we've got a lot of guys with a lot of ability. You look at the new guys in the rotation, and they have a lot of ability. There's a lot of things that they're capable of doing, and I think if they go out and do that, we'll surprise some people with our pitching staff this year.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people, have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at Watt 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage.
Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place.
Welcome to the Benkowski Sports Spotlight. Kim and I are in wonderful moods as everyone seems to be at the Chicago Stadium because we have two super playoff teams in action. The Bulls, of course, hot after their victory over Cleveland. The Blackhawks battling Calgary. That'll be taking place here tonight. Game number 4. Obviously, it's before the game. It's not super crowded or loud in here yet. But, Kim, everyone's delighted. And not only are the Blackhawks in the thick of it, the Bulls are coming back.
Pat, I'm in a great mood. I think I speak for all of Chicago, if not the whole state of Illinois, when I say the Bulls are number one. I mean, to go from 0-6 with the Cavs during the season and to come to this, that game the other night was incredible. Words cannot express Michael Jordan. I've run out of adjectives, but I think he put it best when he said it wasn't a one-man show. Everybody helped. It was a team effort, and with Bill Cartwright and Horace Grant and the whole team, they're fantastic. There's nothing more to say about them.
Yeah, the basketball playoffs have taken a tremendous turn for the better, and the hockey playoffs have a lot going on too, but right now, let's talk about the Bulls' latest advancement. Game 1 against the New York Knicks. The Bulls would seem just happy to be in the second round of the NBA playoffs when you consider how close they were to being eliminated. But in New York on Tuesday night, Doug Collins and crew hung tough. Mark Jackson's shot attempt to win it just misses. And then with 2 seconds left, did you see Rick Pitino souring? Scottie Pippen almost throws it away. Jackson gets one final shot, but it just bounces off, and they go to overtime tied at 103. Then it was the Michael Jordan show. He hits the jumper here to make it 107-105 Bulls. But Gerald Wilkins counters for New York, comes right back to tie the game at 107 each. The Bulls were tough in the extra session. Craig Hodges from long range, 109-107 Bulls. But again, Gerald, brother of Dominique, drives to the hoop, 109 tie, the last score for New York. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan will hit the corner jumper here, 111-109 Bulls, and he says thanks to Scottie Pippen.
Michael Jordan has it wide left. Jordan on the drive, down the lane in traffic, scoop shot. Yes! Yes! A spectacular shot by Michael Jordan. Drew the foul inside, he'll go for the three-point play.
That was on Green. Michael Jordan, a good rebound outside, kicked outside by Horace Grant. Michael took it in, swung it over the top, made the basket. Good heady play by Horace Grant.
Thank you, JD and Redman, for that stellar call. Amazingly, there was more after another miss by the Knicks. The Bulls bust out Hodges to Pippen, and it's 116-109 Bulls. One more basket for Michael J., though, less than 40 seconds to go. In the half-court offense, Michael says, I'll take the ball, give it to me. And he puts it up, and the Bulls ahead by 9. Horace Grant would add a pair of free throws. The Bulls lead the series 1-0. Now the home advantage, winning at New York 120-109.
The Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.